What would children become if all of them grew into the image their parents expected: diligent in study, obedient and compliant? In this world, that's exactly what the children are like. Each of them is outstanding in character and academics, extremely earnest and obedient, scoring full marks in every exam. Even after school, they all go home on time and never go out to play. But there's one difference: each of them has a zipper sewn over their mouth. One day, on his way home from school, 4483 saw a small dog running toward the railroad tracks, but in the next second, it was hit and sent flying by a passing train. He didn't have time to think much, because he still had to rush home. The next day, they went to school as usual, and every classmate was still extremely diligent. In PE class, the teacher arranged for the children to play soccer, but each child looked listless, with no vitality at all. Even if they were confined, they still wore blank expressions. Only the teacher stood aside, cheering alone, as if doing all this was just to win the teacher's approval. When the test papers were handed out, every child still got full marks, but 4483, looking at the 100 on his paper, suddenly felt fear, for in his mind, he saw the walls at home covered with test papers, and the teacher standing behind him, clapping non-stop. Then his body began to tremble. The teacher noticed something was wrong, so he walked over and asked what was wrong. 4483 didn't respond, just kept trembling. Suddenly, he unzipped the zipper over his mouth, could no longer stand this feeling of being trapped. Then all the children unzipped their zippers. The entire school's children rose up in rebellion. They all fled the school, starting to unleash their natural instincts. At that moment, 4483 saw another small dog running toward the railroad tracks. This time, he didn't stand by. Instead, he put down the weapon in his hand and rushed over, determined to save the dog, but he himself was hit and sent flying by the train. In the end, the dog was saved, but he would never stand up again. Yet he had no regrets. Instead, he laughed happily, for once, he had made a choice of his own. Rather than being a prisoner of society's rules, each of us has our own thoughts, and we all yearn to have the right to make choices, rather than having society impose ideas on ourselves and our children. For us, this is not love, but a kind of spiritual torment.